Let's say you've planned a trip to Myrtle Beach. Get off the plane, you exit the airport, and it just happens to be early in the morning on a summer day. You inhale deeply, and what do you smell? Something not pleasant. This is a common occurrence for visitors to Myrtle Beach, and we're going to discuss that. This odor I am referring to is not a consistent state of the air in Myrtle Beach. It's just something that is, or has been, quite common. Truth be told, it has been getting better lately. When I say lately, I say the past 5-10 years, but it is still there. This is what I'm talking about. The wastewater treatment plant that happens to be at the end of 10th Avenue, right behind Myrtle Waves Water Park. This treatment plant is similar to many treatment plants in this area. Whatever town you are visiting from, I'm sure has a similar plant like this. But here is the hiccup about this plant specifically that makes Myrtle Beach have an odor. First of all, this plant is located right off of the Intracoastal Waterway behind, like I said, Myrtle Waves Water Park, off of the bypass. Now, when this plant was first constructed, it was in the middle of nowhere. This was not a hustle and bustle section of town where Broadway at the beach is now and the Wax Museum. This area had nothing in it. So it was constructed in a location that presumably would not have been impacted by such things like odor. So take that into consideration as this discussion progresses. With location in mind, let's discuss what the odor actually is. Now, this wastewater treatment plant utilizes open air treatment, lagoon specific treatment. Now, these lagoons they're basically ponds, lakes, water basins, and they hold the wastewater in them for a specific period of time, and it basically treats it with natural occurring air and manual aeration devices, which just add oxygen to the water. This process, coupled with coagulants, different chemical compositions that are added to the water that kind of clump the bad stuff together and have it settle out. That's your general wastewater treatment process that most plants utilize. The odors that are generated by insufficient dissolved oxygen or excessive organics in the water, basically, because these organics are what causes the odor. Now, generally speaking, the odor that we're referring to, it's a natural byproduct. It's basically a hydrogen sulfide byproduct of this process, and it is a nauseating smell, but it is a naturally occurring smell. You are not smelling chemicals or anything like that. This is the natural breakdown of the wastewater treatment process. With all that being said, we understand that this treatment plant is kind of close to some of our hustle and bustle of Myrtle Beach. We understand it utilizes a lagoon and it's open air treatment. We have aeration, we have a lot of odors in the air. But here's the kicker that is another important variable in this stinky equation. This area is a very humid area of the southeast. Our humidity is very high, and humid air, moist air, results in a much stronger ability to smell. The environmental conditions here actually enhance odor, specifically in the morning before the sun has risen and burned off a lot of the moisture in the air. So that is why sometimes summer mornings in Myrtle Beach are quite stinky. But again, this is just a small price to pay for the service that we all take for granted. The ability to flush a toilet, to turn on a faucet, and not worry about it, not have to think about it. This wastewater treatment plant is making everyone's lives easier, so if by chance you open your sliding door from your hotel room one summer morning in Myrtle Beach and you smell a little bit of stinky air, thank that smell, because of that smell, you're able to enjoy the city of Myrtle Beach. Thank you for joining me on this brief discussion of the odors of Myrtle Beach. If you have any feedback, any inside scoops about this process and how the city has tried to maintain it over the years, leave a comment down below, because a few people I've spoken to actually mentioned that Grand Strand Water and Sewer, the local water and sewer provider, and the city of Myrtle Beach have been working on this problem for a while now, adding specific chemicals and changing their wastewater treatment process to accommodate and make this smell a little less significant. And like I mentioned earlier in this video, it has been working over the past, like I said, 5-10 years. Kudos to you guys for that. Okay guys, like I said, leave a comment down below. If you think this is interesting, go ahead and hit that like button. And if you want to check out more Myrtle Beach stuff, check out the channel. Plenty of playlists, plenty of content. And until next time, take it easy.